Iceland is definitely a country with a lot of natural beauty. On my first day, there was some free time before the official tour started, and a group of us decided why not use the free time to explore Reykjavik. Luckily, our hotel was close to the main shopping street and waterfront, so we decided to go down to the waterfront before hitting up the main shopping street. Now, personally, I think all volcanic islands or countries are stunning. I love the waterfront with the rich, dark volcanic stones against the water. Now, I'm sure the water was pretty cold, but just beautiful. I came here in late February expecting to see snow. But really, this time of year seems to be more rain and high winds, which made me feel blown away a few times. Now, there were a ton of people around this Viking ship monument called the Sun Voyager. The steel monument definitely catches your eye from the distance. Just beautiful. The sculpture was created by John Gunnar Arneson as more of a dreamboat and ode to the sun versus a Viking ship. But in my tourist mind, since I'm in the land of the Vikings, I see Viking ship. I flew Iceland Air, and they had some great videos of what to see in Reykjavik. Even a cute video teaching you some Icelandic words. And this was one of their must-see suggestions. As we were walking along the downtown, you could see from the distance a large Lutheran church called Hallgrímskirkja. Oh dear. I wrote it up here just in case I butchered the name. Of course I did, but in fact, a suggestion was given to lost tourists. If you are disoriented, look up, and you should be able to see the church in downtown Reykjavik to orient yourself. And since most of the buildings are fairly low, there's not too many high buildings or skyscrapers, this is in fact true. From the outside, the design of the church makes me think a bit of pipe organs. And based on what I read, the church started to be constructed in 1945 and was completed in 1986. So sounds like it took a while. In front of the church is a statue of Leifur Eriksson, who's said to be the first to come to North America from Europe. And now I always take pictures of monument plaques and signs because it really helps me remember what I saw, especially when you have a lot of photos, and it also helps me get the spelling correct. One of the things I also do before going on a trip is look at as many YouTube videos as possible because I learn so much from these videos. Tour books are great. They help you plan out your day, but the videos give you so much information that you would never find in a tour book. I would describe the inside of the church as simple and yet magnificent. These pipe organs are over the door coming into the church. Now the altar is simple and basic, yet I felt the high ceilings give the sense of going beyond oneself, almost a sense of awe, reaching up into the heavens. And again, we see another shot of the altar, very simple, but very beautiful. The organ is pretty much right at the front of the church, so if you're an organist who has papers all over the place, there is nowhere to hide. Luckily for us, as a tour group, we came to the church before the official tour, so we got pictures outside the church before our official tour started, because I found during the days I was there, things can change quickly in terms of the weather in Iceland. So the morning was beautiful. It was crisp, maybe a little bit on the cool side, but sunny. Then after lunch, there was such a huge downpour, everything pretty much got rained out. So coming into a dry, lovely, beautiful church was such a relief. The Perlan Museum is a great place to really get an overview of the natural sights of Iceland. And it also has an observation deck where you can walk around and get pictures of the cityscape. So if it's a nice, bright, beautiful day, here's where you want to go to get pictures of the cityscape. Unfortunately for me, the wonders of Iceland was really rained out. Usually there's a charge to get onto the observation deck. However, the day we visited, there was no charge. Since the wind and rain was so bad, honestly, I went out there, but I realized it was not a good plan. They should have closed the observation deck. It was so windy, so dangerous with heavy rain. It would have made a great cityscape, but really, on a nice day, that's what the type of picture you would get. Now, I may have mentioned there aren't really too many tall high-rises in Reykjavik, but in terms of the cityscape, well, for me it looked a little bit like a small town, but in terms of the cityscape, it would give you a pretty nice picture. Now, of course, this is not my picture, haha. At the front of the museum, there are these beautiful pictures, and this one is of the Northern Lights. Now, it was my dream, of course, to get a picture like this one, and in fact, it was the dream of a lot of people on our trip to get a picture of this like this one. But I would soon find out, even with a rating of 5, and they actually do ratings on your likelihood of seeing the Northern Lights, and 2 is pretty bad and 5 is really, really good. However, even with a rating of 5, this picture is special, and good luck to you unless you have major camera equipment and you are a professional photographer to get a picture like this one. But yeah, this picture, stunning, just beautiful. The main shopping street in Reykjavik is Lavagor, and I went on the shopping street a few times because it was a pretty great place to just see a lot of these one-of-a-kind type items, such as the beautiful Icelandic sweaters or jewelry made out of volcanic rocks. Now, this picture, and I love these goofy, quirky signs, this one caught my eye, and it is actually at the side of a menswear store. Close to the church was this house with grass on the roof. I thought, this is so neat. We wouldn't see houses like these until later in the trip when we went to a quote-unquote museum that had replicas of houses used in the past. So pretty nice to see one right in the city. And here's a very rained out picture of the Hofti house. And it is a beautiful house, and this one was built in 1909. And what's famous about this location is it was the summit to mark the end of the Cold War. And at that summit was Reagan and Gorbachev. The summit was held in 1986. So we ended our day one tour looking at these interesting sculptures. Unfortunately, due to the rain, I don't think these sculptures got the attention that they deserve from our group. Now, I had seen a good deal of Reykjavik in just this pretty much short half day, which really made me pleased because I didn't even realize that Iceland had such a small population. It has a population of 340,000 people, yet there is so much to see in terms of history and, of course, the natural beauty of Iceland. So I was definitely looking forward to the next days, seeing waterfalls and also seeing those pretty Icelandic horses, and those will be in my next videos.